The first time Avery felt him watching her, it wasn't in a bar or on the street, it was in the mirror. She had just stepped out of the shower, steam curling around her like whispers, when she caught a glint in the glass. Not a reflection, no, it was the kind of presence you feel in your bones. A tremble in the air. She turned fast, heart thudding, but no one was there. No footprints. No sound. Just the lingering sense that someone had marked her. Avery Lane was a trauma counselor by profession, but nothing in her training had prepared her for what it felt like to be stalked by obsession. She was 31, independent, composed, her life a carefully curated balance of healing others while trying not to reopen her own wounds. But this new presence, this shadow, cracked through that peace like a blade through glass. It started subtly. A note tucked into the pages of a book she hadn't opened. A single black rose delivered without a name. The back of her favorite coffee shop chair still warm when she arrived. Then came the phone calls, silent, but heavy. She changed her number. They continued. Police shrugged. Nothing concrete yet, Ms. Lane. But then she saw him. He was leaning against her car in the rain, cigarette burning between his fingers, a scar running down the right side of his jaw like a silent war story. His name was Jacece Monroe. And from the first moment he spoke, his voice cracked something open in her she had kept sealed for years. You think I'm here to hurt you? He said, eyes burning with something wild. I'm already hurt. By you. Confusion clouded her. She'd never met him. But as he began to speak, his words unspooled a past Avery had no memory of. A trauma she had blacked out years ago. Jace claimed to have known her during a dark chapter of her life, when she'd been a patient in a psychiatric ward after a violent assault she couldn't fully recall. He said they had formed a bond there. That she had saved him. That she had promised to never forget him. But she had. As Jace's obsession with her spiraled, Avery was caught between terror and guilt. Was he lying? Was this manipulation? Or was her mind truly hiding a truth too painful to bear? Her therapist, Dr. Lena Brooks, urged her to focus on facts, not fear. But Avery couldn't shake the pull she felt when Jace was near. He wasn't a stranger to pain. He wore it like a second skin. She saw glimpses of his broken childhood, his years in and out of juvenile detention, the way his mother used to lock him in closets to punish his tears. Avery saw the rage in him, but she also saw the boy still begging to be loved. And the scariest part? That boy reminded her of herself. As Jace pushed further into her life, she faced the scorn of friends, her job threatened by rumors and whispers. People saw only the danger in Jace, not the damage behind his eyes. But Avery saw both. And in him, she was forced to confront the darkest parts of her own soul, the ones that craved chaos because it felt like home. One night, everything came to a head. Jace broke into her apartment, not to hurt her, but to show her a journal. Hers. Written during her time in the hospital. Pages soaked in grief, trauma, and one name written over and over, Jace. It was real. She remembered. The obsession wasn't just his, it had once been hers too. They were broken mirrors of each other, reflecting wounds and love twisted into knots. Avery had begged him to find her one day. She had said, "Don't let me forget you." But what she hadn't realized then was how love could turn feral when left in the dark too long. Still, Avery made a choice, not out of fear, but from strength. She didn't run. She set a boundary. If you love me like you say you do, you have to let me breathe. You have to heal. We both do. Jace disappeared for months. No calls. No letters. Avery went back to therapy, her sessions now focused on reclaiming memory, setting boundaries, and redefining love, not as a fixation, but as a mutual, evolving trust. 6 months later, she got a letter. No return address. Just one sentence. Still healing, still remembering. But I'm not watching anymore. I'm walking. And inside was a Polaroid of a coastline. Clean sky. Calm waves. A symbol not of possession, but of release. Avery smiled. She wasn't afraid anymore. Because even the roughest obsessions, when faced with truth, either transform or let go. This story is a journey through trauma, memory, and the thin line between love and obsession. It reminds us that true healing requires confronting our pasts, setting firm boundaries, and choosing growth over possession. No matter how dark the beginning, redemption is possible, with courage, self-awareness, and compassion.